Hello. It has been a while, hasn't it? I have been wanting to do YouTube for such a long time, and if you've been following my journey, you will see repeated efforts and attempts to just make a thing of it, because I am someone who is a big fan and advocate of YouTube, and I think it is just such a great opportunity for content creators, but also for people who want to consume content. I wanted to come on specifically today because I'm doing something quite interesting. I have arrived, just parked up at Champneys in Tring in Hertfordshire, and I'm here to spend 2 days with creator leaders. So it's called the Creator Leader Summit, and it's a bunch of people who are in the creator economy. You might be a client-side marketeer like me, or you might be an entrepreneur, or you might be a content creator, or you might be a blend of the both, of all of the above. And it's interesting because I'm having a bit of an identity crisis because I'm not really sure which of the three I really am. For those who aren't aware, I have a full-time job in marketing and I work in content, and content is something I am deeply, deeply passionate about. And I spend my time creating content campaigns. I've created podcasts through work. I've spoken at all sorts of marketing events, and I am part of the Marketing Academy, and I absolutely love the industry of marketing. And that's where I spend like 90% of my time and effort. However, I do also create content, and I'm just about getting to grips or coming to terms with this idea of being a content creator, not an influencer. I'm definitely not an influencer, but I do create content and I love creating content. And to me, I've always battled with that term because I'm not really sure what it is. Aren't we all content creators? Isn't everyone that posts on Instagram or creates short form videos a content creator? And yeah, kind of. Like I kind of feel like we're all creators and we all have creative itches and we love to express ourselves in lots of different ways, even if it is just posting what you had for breakfast. It's all part of your personal brand. But for me, I have developed, and I'm very grateful to have developed a small and modest community online through LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, and Apple Music, Apple Podcasts as well, because I did also have a podcast that got, a small but, a really decent number of views and engagement. So I'm super proud of what I've done. However, as you can probably tell, none of that really hangs together. Like, it doesn't have a cohesive narrative. I can't really articulate what it is that I am or what it is that I do. And I've always kind of battled with that. And I'm about to enter a room full of, 100 or so people who are absolutely killing it in the content space. Like, they have got millions, sometimes, in the fives, tens of millions of people that follow them. And they've got huge communities, and, here's little old me rocking up. And truth be told, I am, hugely intimidated by that. I'm going to have to meet these people, and I'm assuming I'm going to have to sort of tell them who I am and what I do and pitch myself. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. Sometimes I hide behind the fact that I work in marketing and therefore that's my authority, that's my credibility. But I'm also keen to not shy away from the fact that I am a content creator in my own right, and I do have a small community that I want to nurture and I want to grow and I want to do something with. And that's been my big question I've had for the last 9 months. I don't know what I'm going to do. And people ask me all the time, are you going to do live events? Are you going to do another podcast? Are you going to write a book? Are you going to do a digital product? Are you going to do a course? Are you going to become a coach? All of these questions that I just don't have the answers to right now. And I'm hoping that coming on courses like this will give me a degree of clarity, or at least give me food for thought so I can start thinking about what it is that I do next. And I thought it might be interesting if I bring you along for the ride so you can kind of see the experience. We can see it together in real time. I will show you what I'm going to learn. I'm going to show you who I'm going to meet and what my thoughts are on all of the above. I'm assuming I'm not going to be the only one with a camera and speaking into it. So I think that in itself would be quite interesting. But yeah, this might be the start of me figuring it all out in real time, because I don't really know what I'm doing. And if any of you have any ideas or suggestions or things that you'd like to see from me, I am all ears, because feedback is a gift and I need more feedback. And it's not something I ask for enough. I am winging it. We are all winging it. This whole content creator thing is so messy. It's so unfiltered. It's so chaotic. Everyone is hustling. Everyone is trying to work out how they navigate the world of social media and monetization and all those sorts of things. And I am involved in that, which is weird. And a lot of people will tell you this, that sometimes if you're in the creator economy, if you're in marketing, it's really difficult to give yourself advice. I'm very good at coaching other people and giving my thoughts and views on how people can elevate their content, or what they need to do, or pillars or themes or topics or channels to explore. It is so hard to do it on yourself. And no ChatGPT prompt can help you with that either. Sometimes you just need to hold the mirror up or speak to someone who is going to give you the writing act. I don't know what the saying is there. Give you the writing act. I don't know. That is my morning ramble. I am about to head in. I don't know who I'm going to meet. I will take you for the ride. Hello. So, today, oh my God, sorry. Today has been much more full on than I was envisioning it being. So I haven't been able to sort of document and provide regular updates in the way that I thought I might, which is, probably not to be expected if I really think about it. And this is what happens when you don't plan content. But I have just got back to my room. It's been a full on day, and I will sort of talk you through my ramblings and thoughts on everything that I've learned, because I've learned a lot and it's been so much better than I thought it was going to be. Not that I thought it was going to be bad, but I've learned a lot, and I've met some fucking incredible people. So really privileged. I'm feeling very grateful, and just weird that I'm here. I still have that, imposter syndrome, but it's been amazing. So what's happened since is that we've had loads of talks, which again, I'll talk you through. I've been to the spa with my friends Ben and Nikki and Callum. I'm getting ready for dinner. I've had an outfit change. I've got half an hour from now to get ready for dinner. Then there's drinks and some evening festivities. So I am going to get myself ready now, by the way. I'm no makeup content creator, but this stuff is a lifesaver. Charlotte Tilbury Healthy Unisex Glow. It's for men as well, who knew? I actually got, it was my best friend's wedding, and I got glam done. I got my makeup done, and the makeup artist used this, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. Had lots of compliments. It's my secret, so only people watching this video will ever know about it. So basically what's going to happen now, I'm going to get ready and then I am going to go out for dinner. I'll bring you along for the ride, and then tomorrow morning, or maybe even later tonight, depending if I drink or not, I don't normally drink, I will provide updates on how the Creator Leaders event went, the things I've learned, any sort of new light bulb moments, which there are a couple, I think, some tips that I can take back to the office. I will share them with you, and yeah. Peace out. Wait, I need to film you. Give us a wave.
Where are we going? Where are we going? It doesn't matter. Outside of the EU.
How are we doing?
That's true. How do you guys feel about New Zealand?
Hello. This is not very flattering, is it? This thing. I look like an egg.
Tell everyone who you are.
I look like an egg.
But
look at this food.
What you did.
Look at this food. Oh,
You're not even drunk, are you?
No. I asked people what song they're listening to. Oh, bad luck. Yeah. Apparently. I asked people what song they're listening to. My name's Oshu. What song are you listening to?
I'm listening to Olivia Dean.
I love Olivia Dean.
What's the song? I Need a Man.
Got you.
Yeah, the viral
I Need a Man.
I Need a Man.
I need a man. Can you sing it?
Talk to me, talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me.
Ooh, you need a microphone for this. You need one of those lav mics, the hell mics. Oh, you can probably hear us a bit clearer now. So we're eating dinner currently. Why does it do that? Why does it go up?
Because I've locked it. So
unlock it.
there we go.
Oh, there we go. So, how was your dinner?
Dinner's good. Main course.
It's still on the plate.
Still on the plate. I'm about to eat when we stop recording this, so.
And we've got a full... Why does it cut my head off? But yeah, guys, it's actually really fun. Like and subscribe.
Hey. We wanted to just say something really quickly.
We want to say how much we're enjoying this event.
We love this event so much, and we were definitely not paid to say this.
They don't pay me £5,000 to say this.
They've not paid me £4,566 to say this.
No, they didn't.
Chickpea.
Chicken, Caesar salad.
We love a chocolate mousse.
We love putting pork in.
There's times in life that you've got to just understand that there's a lot more fish in the sea than there are humans on the earth.
Case adjourned.
Are you worried about what happens if the repeatable format that you've smashed will die at any point?
If it will die?
Yeah. What happens when the career ladder no longer is as popular as it is?
Well, the thing is, I mean, first, I'll have another format. I've done it before. But, I think I made my first video when I was 22, I think. Now I'm 30, okay? And I remember, life before 22 was just fine. It was cool. I was very happy. And now I'm also very happy. So if it all goes away, it's not like I haven't experienced life without people calling me the ladder guy or something, It's not a huge loss, okay? I think it's much more challenging if you are, and I know some creators who have kind of always been famous. And if you got famous when you were 16, what are you supposed to do? You don't even know what is life without people saying that you are the GOAT and you're the greatest and stuff. I think that's a challenge. I think for me, yeah, it's chill. It's fine. People are not going to watch things forever. Everything falls off. I think also if you're looking for a stable career, and I think a lot of creators are looking for longevity and a stable career, this is not the right industry for it. This is a creative industry like acting, TV, content creation. This is an industry with high risk, high reward, and cyclical success. Mm-hmm. If you want a stable career, you gotta go to Barclays, right? and do that. What, didn't you work at Barclays?
Yeah, you looked at me dead in the eyes.
Yeah, but I work in NatWest.
You work at NatWest?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
chose the wrong
if
bank.
you want stability, you go Barclays. I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Cut this. No, never mind.
There's no brand deals.
All right, I'm kidding.
Cheers.
All right.
I've just come to load the car up and I've left my key in the room with the other bags that I needed for today, which is basically a reflection of how I'm feeling today. I've already dropped everything on the floor. My SD card fell out the camera and I had to spend like 10 minutes on my hands and knees looking for it under the bed. Didn't sleep that well. I didn't drink. I'm completely sober. You know when you've just like had a full-on day and you feel hungover the next day, and I'm feeling very forgetful. I've just dragged all these bags from my room to the car park. What a numpty. So I'm back walking to the car with the key. I guess the reason why I didn't bring the key, in fairness, is because I'm not actually driving my car. I'm driving one that I've borrowed just for the couple of days. So I've left all my bags with like thousands of pounds of camera equipment and my laptop and everything else. Just sit on the car park. It's fine, we're in Champneys. Don't think it's gonna get stolen. I've just run into like a bunch of people who've just been to the gym and the spa, and just like not that kind of gal, do you know what I mean? Like, I used to wake up early, I used to get shit done. Now I'm just like, I'm just getting old. Right, I'm just walking in the middle of a car park now, so I am going to load the car up again for the second time running. Right, that is done. I should probably say the reason why I'm loading the car now it's literally 7:56, when I could be lying in and chilling out, is because breakfast is between 7:30 and 9:30, but there's a talk starting at 9:30, so everyone's had to check out, everyone's got to shower, pack, load the car up, go for breakfast, and then be in the room for 9:30. But I also wanted to go for a walk, see the grounds, because I've not actually had any time to explore it, and the grounds are looking really lovely. And it's a beautiful day. This is like my favourite type of weather. It's like really fresh. Obviously it's very sunny, skies are blue, it's a little bit chilly. I like being chilly. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a little walk to myself. Very conscious that I said I was going to sort of do the update and the unpacking last night. Obviously that didn't happen. Didn't actually get into bed until like gone midnight. So like nothing productive happens after midnight. And also I wanted to spend some time to just like process it all and really think about what it is that I've learned. I'm going to try and pack it up into like 5 or 6 lessons maybe. And just like food for thought, things I've learned, things I've discovered, people I've met. You would have seen from what I've showed already how cool some of these people are. You'll see it kind of transcended into a little bit of chaos at dinner with Joshua, which is Oshu Clips, and his friend Lawrence. I think his name's Lawrence, who was sitting next to me. Very funny guys. But yeah, it just got a little bit silly. And I was in no fit state to start talking all things marketing and creator economy at 12 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go for a little walk now. I'm going to gather my thoughts. And then at some point today, I'm going to sit in front of the camera and tell you everything that I think. I am back. I am showered. I am feeling much better than I did an hour ago. I wouldn't say I'm like energized and buzzing. I'd actually say it's more like the opposite. My head is spinning and I feel like quite drained from all the amount of information and all the talking. I used to identify as an extrovert. I'm not sure if I am anymore. I had to take regular breaks to remove myself from conversations. I've got a sore throat from all the talking I was doing. So I'm feeling like I'm on a bit of a come down. Like I'm just kind of like, I can feel my energy levels dropping, and it's a Friday afternoon, and that's just the vibe we're going with right now. But as promised, I really wanted to kind of package it all up and try and unpack the things that I've learned. I am coming at this from a marketer, a content creator, and someone who is actually genuinely interested in the business community and the creator economy. So I've got lots of thoughts, but I have packaged them up into 5 that I think are quite valuable. So here goes. So number 1, and this was a theme that was very prevalent throughout the entire retreat, was that community above all else. We often, in the world of marketing and the creator economy, interchange the words community and audience, but in truth, they are very, very different things. Followers are technically easy to create, but it's the community that generates the real value. And sometimes that is the point that is lost on all of us. We're so busy creating content, trying to drive attention, trying to think of hooks and draw people in. But that's often where the story stops, and it shouldn't. So we talked a lot about this idea of that we need to stop obsessing over follower growth and engagement growth and instead think about how we're going to design spaces and communities for people to interact with each other. As the creator, it's your job to kind of bring people together and allow them to connect the dots and let that value exchange run free. I personally have joined a couple of communities in the last couple of years, and I have found them incredibly valuable. I've got all these friends on WhatsApp and on these platforms that are off social media that are constantly adding value. They're constantly messaging saying, oh, I found this little tool, I found this hack, please can you look at my latest Instagram reel or YouTube video and provide any feedback. And it's those sorts of experiences that are really going to help people add value to what they're doing, no matter what that objective looks like. And that really can't happen on social media. Yes, there are comments, yes, there are DMs, but there is nothing quite like being in a place where you are literally sharing tools and tips with each other for the betterment of everyone. It's really, really powerful. So for me personally, I have spent so long trying to grow my social following, trying to build a podcast that people will enjoy, trying to launch a Substack and all these different channels and platforms that have been amazing. And it's not something I'm going to stop. But for me, there's a moment of reflection where I need to think about, am I really building a community and helping other people achieve their goals and dreams? And that ultimately is why I started doing all of this. If I think about the LGBT stuff and the podcast, I really just wanted to have that transformative effect on others. And I'm worried that I've been neglecting that for other goals. And the second point, which is similar to the first, is that people can't buy content. People don't buy into the content. They buy into the transformation that your content brings around. So yes, there are creators that are selling ebooks and courses and masterclasses and sign up for this and sign up for that. And that is part of, the creator economy, and that stuff is hugely valuable. And I myself buy lots of those things. Some of them I read, some of them I don't. But what they're really selling, if you think about, is the empowerment, the change, the confidence, the thing that is going to make your life different as a result of consuming it. So the third thing, and on a slightly separate note, bit of a gear change here, is that creators and influencers are genuinely really lovely people. Like, they are all risk takers. And by the way, again, I'm not including myself in this camp because I just almost sat with 3 different hats on throughout the whole experience. But what I noticed was that they're all kind of trailblazers. They've all kind of broken the mold. And there was this really interesting concept that was explained by Daniel Priestley, who, by the way, is phenomenal, at the end of the retreat, where he said, like, our whole lives, the system is geared up to keep you standardized and to keep you in uniform. You know, you go to school. If you think about the history of the education system, it started so that everyone could be on a level playing field to get into the factory. And once you're in the factory, you would stay in the factory for 20 years and you would have a career, a very linear career. And you would have to sort of, this idea of meritocracy comes into it, where those who kind of were the best would get promoted every 5 years until you kind of retire and die. And like, that's just how we were engineered. But actually, to succeed in the business world or in any world, in any environment in 2025, you've got to lean on other people. You've got to be one step ahead. You've got to have an innovative mindset. You weren't ever told to be an attention seeker. Attention seekers actually got reprimanded for like being difficult. Same with school. Like, you know, entrepreneurialism and attention seeking behavior was hugely reprimanded. I know that for myself. So it's no wonder that there are so few people out there building businesses and creating content, because we were never told how to. We weren't given the skills to do it. So that's why I just think this group of people in particular are just so impressive, because I just sat there and being like, wow, they really are just leaning into the unknown and taking risk and feeling the cringe and doing it anyway and not really caring what other people think about them. And that in itself was just a hugely empowering and reinvigorating environment to be in. I should also say that when I was talking to these people and I was like sharing my handle and telling them what I was doing, they would be like, oh, I like your content, but I just feel like maybe you should do this differently, maybe you should do that differently. And they were just so generous and open with their feedback. Like, I wasn't offended in any way. I actually was so impressed with how good all these people are with critiquing and giving feedback in the most constructive way possible. Because obviously feedback for feedback's sake, where it's not constructive, is actually just rude. But these people would like, oh, like, do X, Y, Z, and I promise you will get so much better engagement. And the reason why you might not be growing on this channel is because you're doing this wrong. If I was you, I might just explore these 3 things. Let me know how you get on. Here's my number. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to follow you now. Like, I wasn't used to such frank, brutal honesty in the most amazing way possible. Like, I think we should just all be like that. And like I said before, like, in marketing land, it's so difficult to critique your own work. Like, it's a thing, because obviously you are the creator, you are the artist. I guess that's why, you know, agencies and clients exist, because you can't be marking your own homework all the time. And yeah, a lot of these people actually use freelancers and other people for that reason, because there's a bit of an accountability play there. I just thought that was hugely interesting. Fourthly, number 4, it's an obvious one, but all the platforms have their own culture. We know this. There are things that I genuinely didn't know, and I'm embarrassed and mortified that I didn't know. For example, I didn't know that you could have 3-minute videos on Shorts. So I haven't uploaded anything on Shorts, so that's about to change. The other thing I didn't know was that the best LinkedIn headline should be 8 words, and then the subheader or the rehook should also be 8 words, because that's the optimum length before someone has to click the read more or see more button, which obviously draws people in. Just things like that I found like hugely beneficial. The point is that each platform, each kind of social network has its own culture, and you have to be hyper aware of what that culture is and play to it. You cannot just repurpose and cross-reference things. Everything has to be done purposefully, intentionally, and with great clarity and skill. And lastly, the big thing for me that overrides everything else is that personal branding is genuinely so important in 2025 and in the new world of business. LinkedIn data, according to Daniel Priestley, says that personal brands cut through 20 times faster than a corporate brand. So if you were to start a brand with a corporate handle and you were to start a brand with your own handle and you both went at the same rate, where the corporate brand would get 1,000 followers, the personal brand will get 20,000 followers. It's just how human beings operate. It's how we've been wired. It's just how business works these days. So personal branding is literally so, so important. And if you consider what's happening with AI and the future of AI, there is much to be said about the death of the career. And that was also something that was discussed throughout the retreat. What is the future of work? What does it mean for our skill sets? And how can we future-proof ourselves? And something I talk about in my personal life and in my professional life, obviously, is the power of your personal brand and what it is and why it's important. Daniel Priestley also said this really interesting thing. It's like, if you were Coldplay and a song idea came to your head, you wouldn't not write it down and you wouldn't document it, or you wouldn't write it in your notebook or whatever I guess a songwriter does. And it's the same for personal brands. We've got to start thinking about journaling, and like when you're going for a walk and thoughts come to you, write it on your notes app, because that will be really valuable, really interesting thought starters for personal branding posts, potentially on LinkedIn or even on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube vlogs. And that's something that I used to be really good at, and I used to sort of have, I do still use my notes app quite prolifically, but I need to get better at remembering to write things down, because it will inform content at a later point in time. And I just thought that was like a no-brainer. It's like an obvious point. Obviously, if interesting things come to you, write it down. Even if you do nothing with it, you can come back to it at a later point in time, because I promise you, more often than not, you absolutely will. So obviously a lot of those points have just reinforced what I already knew and believed in, and what I practice as a marketer and as a content creator. But it's worth just bottling it all up so that I can come back to this, or you can take value from this if you're wanting to create content. I highly recommend looking into the Creator Leaders community. It is something really special, a really unique group of people that are so positive and just a force for good. And it was such a privilege, and I'm very honoured that Gabriel and Aidan and Sabrina, who were the three people running it, gave me the opportunity to join them for the last couple of days. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Obviously, I haven't done one of these for a very long time, and it's something that I will endeavour, said that before, to continue to do. So please like and subscribe. It really helps. It helps it show up to more people, and all feedback. I'm really trying to get good at asking for feedback. If anything comes to mind, please DM me or drop a note in the comments, and stay in touch, because it's all about community. So I'll see you on the next one.